Hi everyone, and welcome back to Star Control 2. And we are now going to head out into the great unknown and leave the solar system for the first time. Eventually. And welcome to hyperspace, everyone. And this is the star map of the game. And basically what you are capable of doing in this area is navigating to pretty much anywhere in this sector of the galaxy. You'll notice on the right hand side there is a fuel gauge, and we're basically limited by how much fuel we have in the tank as to how far we can go. We have a couple of options. We can see other races' sphere of influences, the Spatty and the Ilrath, who we've already met, and there are going to be many more alien races throughout the area. However, what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to follow the Starbase Commander's idea, and that is to mine the more local area of the galaxy, which would be just down here to the left with Alpha Centauri, Beta Centauri, etc. And I will just show you, to start off with, the areas that we have to go through. We'll be mining for both minerals and biological data. For the moment I'm going to start with Beta Centauri, and for the most part I am going to cut these out. But since it's the first time in hyperspace, I thought I'd show you what happens. And here you go, ship moving through hyperspace. If we didn't have the speed jets, we'd be going a lot slower than this, but it's one of the first things that I take into account. You will notice if you look down towards the bottom right, I'll just pause it here, there's a black mark on the radar. That means that we're actually being chased by another ship, and those ships, if they catch up to us, can actually pull us out of hyperspace into a confrontation. But I move away from it and get out of hyperspace in time to avoid said confrontation, and we're just going to spend some time mining the minerals here. There is one further hazard that I haven't told you guys about. I just remembered that this isn't the planet I want to mine, but there are certain hazards which you've already seen, that of the earthquakes and the fire that we saw on Mercury. However, there is another, and that's lightning storms, and we will see them on this moon, as you will see at the moment. Because the ship is so fast and has a ridiculously bad turning rate, it's actually quite difficult to handle at this point, so had a little bit of trouble getting the ship where I wanted it to go there. But if we scan this world, you'll see there's a load of metal on the surface, and we're just going to dispatch our lander and hoover up down here, especially the radioactives, because they're worth a lot. But you'll see, yep, lightning, and that deals a lot of damage. Anyway, I'm going to let the planet lander hoover up down here, and see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm finished mining the Beta Centauri system, and these are the planets that I ended up mining. For the sake of the future of the rest of the game, what I'm going to do, instead of showing you all the mining that's going on, which is going to get exceedingly dull very quickly, I am just going to throw up a list of the planets that I have mined and for what reason, and that will essentially serve as the walkthrough style part. Right, I want to head to Alpha Centauri now, which is in the local vicinity, but oh, I've been caught.
We come in peace. Remote probe programmed to replicate. Record data. Contact alien species. Priority override. New behavior dictated. Must break target into component materials.
You will begin to hate these things with a vengeance when you play this game. It's the Silandro probe. And unfortunately during that fight I got the secondary weapon button mixed up and therefore completely screwed up firing at the ship, so that's why I pretty much didn't do anything. I can't really warp out because I can't trust that the white star is going to survive long enough to warp out, so I'm going to have to make another attack. Thank God for that. The point defense laser there and getting a couple of nukes off early was good enough to destroy it, but you will hate that Silandro probe. They're this game's version essentially of random encounters, and they are exceedingly hard to deal with. But, oh, we found a ship in orbit of Alpha Centauri. Let's have a chat with them.
I am Trade Master Greenish, in command of the Melnorme starship, inevitably successful in all circumstances. I bid you a formal welcome, Captain. Though we Melnorme have just recently arrived in this region of space, we have long desired to make contact with your species and look forward to an extended, profitable relationship.
Meet the Melnorme, probably my favourite race in the entire game. First things first though, of course, that is probably the best name of any ship that I have ever heard of. But they're basically the traders of this game, and pretty deep when it comes down to it. They're pretty single-minded, we'll have to say, but they come in very, very handy. So let's listen in on the rest of the conversation.
Even before our first meeting, we knew of you, Captain. Though your struggle to free Earth shall be a long and difficult challenge, fraught with great danger and mystery, we have great confidence in you and your abilities. We gather information from 1,000 secret sources in space and time. Our charge for revealing even one of these sources would be so high that your species would be in debt to us for centuries. Absolutely. Our primary trade good is information. Why, right here on my display screen, I have something which I am certain would be of incalculable value to you. We can discuss the details of this very significant information later, when we have established normal trading procedures, at which time we shall also discuss the nature of our fees.
Obviously, nothing's free.
You are, of course, correct. We long ago abandoned currency, and now only deal with commodities that have intrinsic value, such as valuable information. Our origins and purposes are, frankly, mysterious, and due to several unavoidable factors, we are unable to discuss ourselves in any great detail. First and foremost among these factors is our unwillingness to give away information about our history, psychology, and mental powers, our unique physiology, the exact locations of homeworlds, or our potentially ominous long-range plans. However, these important and relevant pieces of information are available for a nominal sum of credits. No, it is not. In fact, in our culture, giving with no fair exchange of goods or services is considered vulgar and inappropriate. Please do not mention this subject again. Yes, let us get down to business. Since this is your first time trading with us, let me explain how our system works. We are interested in purchasing certain items, specifically biological data on alien life forms, and the coordinates of certain strange worlds whose radiant energies defy all scanners, producing a rainbow-like image. In exchange, we have many interesting and valuable commodities, such as fuel, compatible with your starship's HyperDrive thrusters, technological specifications, allowing you to build new devices for your ship, and many important secrets which may help you in your travels. To facilitate trade, we translate all your sales into interstar credits, with which you may make purchases. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Now, what can we do for you today? That's a good question, with a very interesting answer. The fee for this information is 12 million credits.
Just in case you were wondering, it is actually impossible to get that many credits during the game, and even if you hack the game to get that many credits, you would not get an answer out of the Melnorme. However, just as an interesting tidbit of information, a survey was done, I don't know how recently, but it was done based on what sort of reaction that customers would have based on colour in the background, etc. And it turns out that purple was the colour that is most likely to induce a trade or a purchase. Probably more than likely due to the calming effect that colours such as purple and blue have on people, making them more relaxed and more open to trade. So Star Control obviously well ahead of its time, although the Melnorme, being a spacefaring race, of course will know all about this sort of thing.
It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
Incidentally, if you decide to attack the Melnorme, I believe that their bridge turns blue, which is a bit odd, but I've never taken the opportunity to attack the Melnorme in the game because I like them too much. Anyway, we are going to head home to drop off all our surplus minerals that we've mined, and also just to have a quick chat with the base commander, see if anything new's occurred, and to bolt a few things extra onto our ship because we're low on crew now, and we lost one of our Earthling cruisers in that fight with the Silandro probe, so we just have to patch up our wounds here and then we will be out again, and I'm going to head towards the Potomle constellation because there is a boatload of stuff there. But at least we now have usage for the biological stunner.
I hope the battle fares well, Captain. Excellent work, Captain. Goodbye, Captain.
Okay, so what can we do with 3,000 RUs? First things first, we are going to get our fuel back up. In the future I'm probably going to buy fuel off the Melnorme, but for the moment I don't have any credits, so no can do. I'm just going to stick an extra crew pod on there because more crew basically means that you are capable of lasting longer in space, and it also means that we can, if necessary, just withstand a load more damage in order to escape into hyperspace. And I'll just patch up my Earthling cruiser as well, and we're back off into the great unknown. I'll see you next time, guys.